Hi. As a web technology course, we are going to discuss about XML schema. Already we discussed about what is XML and how to write XML document, and then how the XML document is well formed and validated. Validated can be done XML DTD. Another way to validate XML is XML schema. So before going to learn about XML schema, what is the XML schema? So XML schema describes the structure of an XML document. The XML schema language also referred to as XML schema definition, XSD. So we are calling as XSD, and this is an example for XML document which actually we discussed in the last classes, that is node.xml. So for that, this is the XML schema. Here XML schema, so just you should observe the root node is node that will be defined by using access colon element name equal to node. That node consists of 4 sub elements. There are 2 from heading body. Those from subheadings are declared. Just observe here, and after the node we have written complex type and sequence. Those complex type and sequence are properly opened as well as closed. Between the sequence we have declared sub elements of the node element. So this is the structure, and also in this first XML schema, first line should be XML version 1.0, and then we need to specify. And while writing XML schema, we should write these elements or sub elements within the access colon schema. So opening the access schema, access colon opening tag, as well as access closing the access colon schema tag. So this is the structure in what way we are going to write XML schema, but how to write XML schema we are going to learn. And so first of all, the purpose of an XML schema is to define the legal building blocks of an XML document. So how the XML document is validated, how the building blocks are, what are the building blocks, and how the building blocks are going to write in the XML schema. So for that, the element and attributes that can appear in a pair. So what are the elements and attributes that can appear in XML document? And the number of child elements in the document, data types for the elements and attributes, and default and fixed values for elements and attributes we can define in XML schema. So why we should learn XML schema? In XML world, hundreds of standardized XML formats are daily used. Many of the XML standards are defined by XML schemas only. So XML schema is XML based, and it's also more powerful alternative to DTD. So it is alternate. Why? Because XML more powerful means it supports data types. XML schema supports data type, but DTD cannot be supported. So anyway, we'll learn in detail about these things. And XML schema support data types. One of the greatest strength of XML schema is it is supports of the data types. So meaning it is easier to describe allowable document content. It is easier to validate the correctness of the data. It is easier to define data facets, and the meaning facets means restriction on the data. It is easier to define data patterns. So data formats which is we are going to define in XML schema, and it is to convert data between different data types. So finally, XML schema supports data types. And so XML, while writing XML schema, it uses the XML syntax. XML syntax here. So another greatest strength about XML schema is that that they are written in XML. So we don't have to learn new language. Why? Because we are writing XML schema also in XML format only. We can use your XML editor or edit your schema files, and we can use your XML parser to parse your schema files. We can manipulate your XML schema with the XML document object model. So XML DOM, we can transform a schema into XSLT. So these are the benefits. So in order to use XML schema, and then XML schemas are extensible because they are written in XML. So what is the beauty of XML? Extensible only. Well, so because XML schema uses writing the schema in XMLs only, so that it is also extensible. With the XML schema definition, you can reuse your schema of other schemas, create your own data types derived from the standard type, reference multiple schemas in the same document. We can refer the multiple schemas for the same document. And XML schema used for data communication, secure data communication. For example, the sender can describe the data in the way will receiver will understand. So suppose a data like here 3/11/2004 means 3rd November 2004. In some countries will interpret as 3rd November, and in some countries interpreted as 11th March. So however, XML stand element with data type like this, so it provides standardization, that is date type equal to date, and the format which are given in this, so in like this, so ensures mutual understanding of the content that XML data type data requires the format of year, month, date. Okay, in this way we will provide secure communication between the sender and receivers. And how to use XML schema. XML documents can have reference to DTD or XML schema. So any XML document if we write, that XML document can have a reference to DTD or XML schema. So for example, this is a simple example Node.xml document. So in this just observe, already we have discussed this example. So this is having a root element is note, and the 4 sub elements are there for the note. Those are 2 from heading body. So how can we write for those schema? See the following example schema called node dot. So the XML schema can be saved as filename.xst, filename.xst. So because here we are providing schema for node.xml, so that the file name dot the schema should be filename.xst. So that I have written node.xst. The node.xst file look like this, which is having, see, observe carefully in this scenario. This is schema specification, okay, XML version 1.0, and this starts from XS:schema start tag, which is having attributes which specifies specifications of the data, okay, right. And this is within the schema we are providing elements definitions as well as attribute definitions and sub elements definitions in this. So because note we are observing note is a root node, so that XS:element name equal to note. Because this node having 4 sub elements, so that the type is complex type. There are 2 types are there, simple type and complex type. Okay, so because 4 sub elements are there, that's what we are specifying XS:complex type. Okay, and the type we are specifying in sequence order, so that we should some actually options are there rather than a sequence. So, okay, anyway we are using XS:sequence. So after that we should specify the 4 elements, sub elements for those 4 elements. As usual, XS:element name equal to type equal to, here we are specifying C type, so XS.string. So we are specifying string, so text where. So the input for mark, the text will be marked. So here for the 2 is only text, so string characters, okay, that we are specifying. So that's what XML supports data type. Okay, 4 elements supports string type. Okay, opening the sequence, closing the sequence, complex type opening, closing the complex type, and element opening, closing the element, and schema opening here, schema close. You should follow this syntax, must, right. So in this way node.xml having a schema node.xsd. So what you will be able to understand in this? So every XML document having XML schema. Okay, that XML schema name should be extension should be .xst, file name .xst, and that file consists of access schema consists of root element is access colon schema. Within that only we need to provide all information related to the XML document. Okay, so because we are having a root element is not in XML document and having 4 elements, sub elements, so that we are we are declaring root element name equal to not, like this. So this is the example, able to understand. Next, how can we reference that XSD file in the XML document? So the way of referencing, so first line your document should be optional. Actually, if you want to write XML version 1.0 automatically, and then within the note we need to provide the reference for the XML. Okay, you should understand the difference in DTD. So beyond that we are writing, but here in XML schema we are reference to the XML document within the root node. So what is the root node? Root element node. Okay, within that we need to specify reference XML namespace and XML namespace colon XSI attribute, and for XSI schema location which actually provide where actually our XSD file. So in this way we will provide. So this is by default. Why? Because we are using names and elements can be taken from the this that provide namespace, and schema index provides this instance XML schema instance, and this location where actually the file will be located node.xst. Okay, so that XSI colon schema location we need to see. In this way we will provide the include a reference to the XML document corresponding XML schema. And then how can we write XML schema? XML schema element is the root element for every XML schema. So what is the root element? Already I told you, that is access colon schema. Within that only you should write, okay, schema of each element. Access colon schema opening tag, access closing tag, and then the schema element may contain some attributes. What actually we need to discuss thoroughly. Declaration often looks something look like a schema, XML schema, access schema. What are they having attributes? XML namespace colon access. So see, these are the attributes for the XML schema, right? Then what is XML schema? See the following fragment XML namespace colon access, which indicates that the elements and data types used in the schema come from the corresponding namespace. So namespace, what are the elements and data types which are used in that? We need to those comes from this namespace. So that is the meaning of XML namespace colon SS. It also specifies the elements and data types come from this namespace should be prefixed with access colon. Okay. Next, the target namespace indicates that the elements defined by the schema note to from heading body come from this namespace. Okay, target. And also this fragment XML namespace https www.school.com indicates that default namespace is this one. Okay, so finally where actually the elements and attributes are defined, the namespace we can include with the XML schema as attributes. Okay, so and one more element form default, that is qualified, that indicates that any element used by the XML instance document which were declared in the schema must be namespace qualified. We need to specify this, whatever we specify the path that should be qualified. We should mention in the XML schema itself. That's what element form defined default is qualified. Anyway, we will learn these things by using an example. And XSD simple elements. So XML schema actually providing to the definitions to the XML elements as well as attributes. So that elements may be simple elements, may be complex elements. What is simple element? The simple element which is XML contains only text. What is complex element? That element may be consist of sub-elements may be attributes. Okay. So a simple element which only contains only text, meaning it cannot contain any other elements or attributes. However, only text restriction is quite misleading. The text can be many different types. It can be only one of type included in this XML schema definition, boolean, string, date, and it can be custom type of you can define yourself. And also you can add restrictions on data type in order to limit its content. You can require the data mass specify format. Okay. So not only element, simple element, it can also restrictions on the element you can add in this, right? And how can you define simple element? The syntax defining simple element is like this. So access colon element name equal to just we have given the triple X here, and type equal to triple Y, where triple X is the name of the element, and triple Y is the type, data type of the element. Next, the schema having we can XML schema provides built-in data types. The most common data types which are used in built-in data types are string, decimal, integer, boolean, date, time. So these are the data types provided by the XML schema, built-in data types. So here some examples I am going to provide, and here XML elements last name, so should be we are specifying characters or text, and age we are specifying numbers, and the date born for the element we are specifying date. So for that, what is actually schema is this. So access element name equal last name, type equal to, so we need to specify the type access colon string. Why? Because we are providing only characters for that, pure text. Okay. And then second one, age we are specifying integers, so that we are providing type equal to access colon integer, right? And third one, it provides date, so that name date born, the type is access colon date. Why? Because these are the data types provided by the XML schema. And default and fixed values for simple elements we can define. The default value is automatically assigned to the element when no other value is specified. In the following example, the default value is red. So here the access colon element name equal to, what is the color of element is color, and type is string, so which accepts the text, and default value is red. So here the color element, the default value we are specifying as red, and also we can specify fixed value also, and is also automatically assigned to the element. You cannot specify another value. If you want to use fixed, that is red, suppose you just instead of using default you can use fixed, so that we cannot have other element to another value to add. Okay, if you use fixed value, that only fixed, so no need to add other values. Next, so just we discussed about XML simple elements. How can we write simple elements in XML schema document? Okay, and one more thing is XST attributes. How can we write attributes? All attributes are declared as simple type. First point is the attributes which are going to specify the element, that should be simple. And if an element has attributes, it is to be considered of a complex type. Suppose an element having attributes, so that element we are calling considered as complex type, not simple element. But attribute can be always declared as simple type only. Simple type only. How to define attribute? So this is the syntax. access colon attribute, name of the attribute, type of the attribute, where triple x is the name of the attribute and triple y is the type of the attribute. So this example here, an XML element with the attribute. Okay, so last name having a lang is attribute. The value of lang is en, and markup text is Smith. Okay, and the corresponding attribute definition we will write access attribute name what, lang. So for this is attribute. So last name is the element, lang is the attribute. For this attribute we are specifying in access schema, XML schema, access attribute name equal to lang. What is the name of the attribute? Lang. And what is the type? String only. So that we are specifying the for corresponding name attribute type is access colon string. Okay, and default and fixed values of attribute also we can specify, name lang, type access colon, default is en, okay, and fixed also en, right. So if you use fixed that en, so no other language will not be supported, only that only we can specify. And accessory attributes, optional required attributes we can use. Okay, optional by default, actually attributes are optional by default. To specify is required, just use attribute. Okay, so attributes basically optional. If you specify required attributes for the element, you should specify use. The syntax of this attribute, in order to provide the required attribute, this is the syntax, access colon attribute name. So last example lang, type is access colon string, use equal to required. This is very important. So that if we use an XML element, correspond attribute element, that lang attribute should be used. Okay, and also we can provide the restrictions on the elements or attributes. So restrictions are used to define acceptable values for XML elements or attributes, and these restrictions on XML elements are called facets. And what are the restrictions? See, suppose there is a age element. For that I want to write for the age cannot lower than 0 or greater than 120. So lower than the age should not be lower than 0, right? And greater than 120, almost, of course sometimes. So my restriction is the value of age should be less than cannot be less than 0 or greater than 120. So for that, further specification, so we need to provide restrictions to the element age. Okay, so that for that, so element name equal to age, the type of the element is simple type, restriction we are adding. So you should observe this, access colon restriction, that base is, what is the type, access colon integer, we are specifying integer, and minimum inclusive value equal to 0. So these are the restrict facets we are providing on element. Maximum inclusive value is 120. Okay, by using these type of keywords we are providing restrictions. So in order to provide restrictions on the element or attribute, so we are providing a restriction on the element age, access colon restriction, so base equal to access colon integer. So what is minimum value? So minimum inclusive, I capital letters, you should observe carefully, value equal to 0, access colon max inclusive, I capital letters, and value equal to 120. So close the restriction. So we are applying restriction on age element after the type, either simple or complex. Okay, and close this and then element close. So in this way we can apply restriction on the element, and restrictions on the series of values. So the example defines the element called letter with restriction, the only accepted value is one of the lower letters from the A to Z. That is my restriction. So that, see, for the letter name, that is restriction base equal to access colon string the pattern. So we are using pattern value equal to this is a to z, small a to z. This is a regular expression and close the restriction. Okay, and extension on length. So the limit of the length of the value in the element, we should use the length, max length, min length constraints. Okay, so this example defines and password. Suppose restriction must be exact 8 characters. Okay, so the password must be exactly 8 characters. And what way we are providing? Just we are adding extra restriction, that is access colon length value equal to 8. So we are providing exact integer value 8, right? And next restriction of length, that is minimum 5 characters. A password consists of minimum 5 characters, maximum 8 characters. Previous example, a password should consist of 8 characters. Okay, but in this example the password should consist of minimum 5 characters, maximum 8 characters. For that we are using restriction min length min L capital, you should observe value equal to 5, max length L capital letters you should observe value equal to 8. We are applying a restriction for the element password. And what are the restrictions for the data types? Those are enumeration, defines a list of acceptable values, and one more constraint, fraction digits, which specifies the maximum number of decimal places allowed must be equal to or greater than 0, and length, which specifies the exact number of characters or list of items allowed must be equal to greater than 0. And maximum inclusive specifies the maximum upper bounds for the numeric values, and max inclusive specifies the upper bound for the numeric values less than or equal to. Okay, max length specifies the maximum length number of characters allowed must be equal to or greater than. These are the restrictions. And also one more constraint, minimum exclusive specifies the lower bounds of numeric values. The value must not greater than this value. Minimum inclusive specifies the lower bounds for the numeric values. And minimum length, min length specifies the minimum number of characters, okay, that items should be allowed. Okay, pattern which define exact sequence of characters that should be matched, acceptable. So total digits specifies exact number of digits allowed are greater than 0. White space specifies how white space is handled. These are the restrictions we can apply on the elements as well as attributes in XML schema. And then so up to this we have discussed about how to declare XML simple elements as well as XML attributes in XML schema. And then XSD complex element. What is complex element? A complex element is an XML element that contains other elements or and attributes. Simple elements only it consists of text, but complex elements may contains other elements or attributes. And there are 4 kinds of complex elements are there: empty element, and elements that contain only other elements, elements that contain only text, elements that contain both other elements and attributes. So these contain attributes. Just wait. Next, these are the examples of complex elements. See the examples. See a complex XML element, the product which is empty. So product here PID equal to 1345. So PID is the, so this is the empty element. So LPD we are just like this, represented like this. And a complex XML element employee which contains only other elements. Okay, so here employee having first name and last name. a complex XML element food which contains only text, okay, and a complex element description which contains both element and text. See here, element and text also it consists, sub element as well as text. So how can we write these things in XML schema? We'll learn how to define a complex element. So a complex element, suppose here example employee which contain only other elements. So employee having two sub elements, first name and last name. For this, how can we write? Define complex element in XML schema two different ways. We can define in two different ways. So for this employee element, declare directly by the naming the element like this. So here access colon element name equal to employee. Okay, because this is a complex type, you should specify access colon complex type, and also what are the sub elements, you should specify sequence, so that we can use access colon sequence, and then you should specify the corresponding sub elements and what the data type that should be accepted. Okay, so sub elements are first name, the type of the sub element is access colon string. So like this we are specifying XML schema for the above XML document. This is the XML document. Okay, for this is the XML schema, because this is complex type. Why? Because it having two sub elements, okay. Next, second way of defining, see, attribute that refers to the name of the complex type. See here the name employee type, you are adding extra type which refers person info, that we are using as a complex type, name equal to person info. Like this also we can use. Previous example, just straight away we are using employee as name, but here we are using reference by using type attribute for the element, okay, person info. That reference we are using in name person info, so that it will be applied for this. So these two sub elements, straight away person info, okay, and the reference to the employee. So what is the use of while referencing like this? Simply this is the use. Suppose there is employee, student and member which is having first name last name. So instead of writing three access schemas for these elements, just we use the type person info, so that the minimization lines of code will be reduced. Okay, and by using reference we can return first name and last name, okay, like this. Next, how to define a complex element, and you can also base a complex element on existing complex element. So up to this we have referenced, by using reference we can give the different elements as sub elements, but complex type also we can use reference to that. For example, here XML element name employee type full person info. Okay, this one person info just complex type we are given, and these are these two sub elements, and then complex type name equal to full person info. So here we are giving a base is person info, that is reference to the full person info, right? So that the by how can we do like this? By using a complex content which is having extension base and then sequence of sub. Okay, so like that we can refer the one more complex type. Next, XSD empty elements. So how can we declare the complex empty elements? Simply, so this is the XML element, and there is no content at all for this. For this, what is the complex text only element can contain text and attributes. This type contains only simple content. Therefore, we add simple content element around the content. When using simple content, you must define extension or restriction within the simple content element. How? Like this, the following way we can use. When using simple content, you must define extension or restriction within the simple content element like this. So name equals some name we have written here, and complex simple content, and also access extension base type. So in order to provide text only element like this, or we will provide simple content restriction base type, restriction close, and simple content like this. There are two ways we will provide. One is like this, complex type, okay, some name, simple content, okay, extension base is base type. And another way is straight away simple content base type. And example for the shoe size that contain only text only. So shoe size country France, and this is 35 shoe size. For this is what is the XML schema. So to declare the complex of shoe size, the content is defined an integer value. Okay, and shoe size element also contains attribute name. Further scenario, name equal to shoe size, complex type, simple content. See, simple content extension base access integer. Okay, so that attribute name equal country, we are specifying name, and type equal to access string. This is the extension we are applying, and for this is simple content. So here the example is shoe size is the element name, country is the attribute. In this scenario, value is France. Okay, and the restriction here we are applying integer. So in that scenario, we go for simple content. Simple content extension base is access colon integer, and attribute we are specifying name equal to and type is access string, and this will be closed. And we could also give the complex type element a name and let the shoe size element have a type attribute that refers to name of the complex type. So here element name equal to shoe size, type is shoe size, just complex type name equal shoe type. This is reference we are giving, and simple content base access colon. In the other way, we can write previous example like this also. Just reference we are giving here, reference shoe type to that name equal to shoe type, that is reference to type here. And XSD mixed content. So a mixed complex type element can contain attributes, elements, and text. So that a letter that contains both text or the elements. So this is the letter XML document. Letter, my dear Mister. Within the content, we are specifying the elements. Okay, letter is the root element, and name, order, ship date. These are the sub elements for the letter. So this letter should consist of a mixed content. For that, our XML schema is like this. In order to mixed complex type element can contain attributes, elements, and text. So this is the schema for this element name equal to letter and complex type mixed here. Mixed is true. So we are using extra attribute for the access, that is mixed, that is true. Sequence type of the elements we should write name, order, ID. So name must be we have declared as string, and order ID type is positive integer. Okay, this is the one more data type supported by the XML schema, integer, positive integer only, and shift date access colon date. In that way, we are using we can provide mixed content for the element in the XML schema. And so mixed content with type attribute. So previous example only element. So here type attribute. So here for the XML name, letter type equal letter type, and complex type name equal to letter reference. We are writing mixed is true. So this is extra we are providing type by using type attributes. And then, okay, anyway, we'll discuss from exercise in next class, next video. So up to this, we have discussed about in XML schema as XML building blocks of XML schema. The building blocks of XML schema are XML simple element, XML attributes, and XML mixed content, as well as before mixed content, XML element complex type. So complex type, simple element attributes. So what is simple element? It can only having a pure text with restrictions. What is attribute? It also provide extra information to the element. Okay, this is only simple type, not complex type. Okay, attributes are declared by using access colon attribute. And an element complex type. While providing XML complex type, there are different ways we are provided, as well as an element with mixed content. Okay, these we are learnt in this video. Next video we are going to learn about indicators. Okay, thank you.